A few years ago, the Biden administration made a decision to sue SpaceX for not hiring asylum seekers. This legal move caused quite a stir, especially considering the complexity surrounding hiring laws in the United States. Elon Musk found himself at the center of a debate that questioned the fairness and motives behind this lawsuit. The legal challenge appeared to be contradictory because, on one hand, companies are warned against hiring individuals who are not permanent residents, and on the other hand, they are sued for not hiring asylum seekers who do not yet have permanent resident status. The crux of the issue lies in the delicate balance between following the law and avoiding punitive actions from the government. If a company like SpaceX hires someone who is not a permanent resident, there is a risk of severe legal consequences, but if the same company avoids hiring asylum seekers, they could also face legal repercussions. This situation has led to a feeling of being trapped in a no-win scenario, where compliance with one aspect of the law could lead to violations of another. The lawsuit against SpaceX shows the challenges that businesses face when navigating the complexities of immigration law. Elon Musk's response to the lawsuit was understandably one of frustration. The decision to target SpaceX, a company that has been at the forefront of innovation and exploration, seemed unjust to him. The choice of SpaceX as a target raised questions about the motivations behind the lawsuit. There are many large companies in the aerospace industry, such as Boeing and Lockheed Martin, that could have been targets as well. Yet the Justice Department chose to focus on SpaceX, which led to speculation about the reasons behind this decision. One theory that Musk suggested was that the lawsuit might be politically motivated. He noted that SpaceX is not unionized, which sets it apart from other major companies in the aerospace industry. The Democratic Party, which has strong ties to labor unions, might have viewed SpaceX as a company that did not align with their interests. This could explain why the Justice Department chose to focus on SpaceX rather than other companies. The absence of a union at SpaceX might have made it an easier target for a lawsuit, especially in a political climate where unions have significant influence. Musk also reflected on his past support for Democratic leaders. He had supported Biden, Hillary Clinton, and Barack Obama in previous elections. This made the lawsuit against his company even more surprising to him. Musk found it difficult to understand why the administration he had once supported would take such an aggressive stance against his company. This led him to question the direction that the Democratic Party was taking and whether it still represented the values that he believed in. The lawsuit against SpaceX also brought to light broader issues within the political landscape of the United States. Musk pointed out that the Republican Party seemed to be more in line with the principles of meritocracy and personal freedom. He noted that in recent years, it had become increasingly difficult to engage with Democrats in open discussions. Many prominent Democrats were hesitant to participate in public conversations, fearing backlash or being shunned by their peers. This reluctance to engage in dialogue was in stark contrast to the willingness of Republicans to discuss ideas openly. Musk's experience with the lawsuit and his reflections on the political climate led him to reconsider his political affiliations. He acknowledged that neither the Republican nor the Democratic Party was perfect. Both parties had their strengths and weaknesses, and there were extremists within both camps. But he believed that the Republican Party at that moment was more aligned with the values that he held dear. He argued that the country might be better off under a Republican administration, particularly one that valued strength and leadership. Musk's views on leadership were influenced by his observations of former President Donald Trump. He noted that Trump had managed to avoid getting the United States involved in new wars during his time in office. This was a significant achievement in Musk's eyes, especially in a world where conflict seemed to be a constant threat. He also praised Trump for his role in the Abraham Accords, which were agreements that normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations. Musk believed that Trump's actions in this regard were deserving of recognition, and he even suggested that Trump should have received the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts. Musk also admired Trump's courage and resilience. He pointed out that Trump had displayed a unique kind of instinctual courage that was not calculated or staged. This courage was evident in moments of crisis, such as when Trump continued to show strength and determination even after facing significant challenges. Musk believed that this kind of leadership was essential for dealing with tough international adversaries like Russia and China. In his view, leaders like Trump, who were unafraid to show strength, were more likely to command respect and deter potential threats. In contrast, Musk expressed concerns about the current leadership under President Biden. He observed that Biden's physical and mental capabilities were often called into question, and this raised doubts about his ability to lead effectively on the global stage. Musk feared that adversaries like Russia and China might not take Biden seriously, which could undermine the United States' position in international affairs. He believed that a strong and decisive leader was necessary to navigate the complexities of global politics, and he was not convinced that Biden fit that description. The situation with SpaceX is a microcosm of the broader debates that are taking place in the United States about the role of government. Elon Musk's relationship with President Biden and the political landscape in the United States has evolved significantly over the past few years. Musk has become increasingly vocal about his political views, especially as the 2024 presidential election approaches. This shift in Musk's public stance has been marked by a growing criticism of President Biden, whom Musk once reluctantly supported. In 2022, Musk described himself as a centrist and expressed disappointment with both major political parties in the United States. But over time, his stance has shifted noticeably to the right. This change became evident in his social media posts on X, which Musk acquired in 2022. Since taking control of X, Musk has used the platform to express his views on a wide range of issues, including immigration, healthcare, and the general direction of the country under Biden's leadership. One of the most significant turning points in Musk's relationship with Biden occurred in 2023, when Musk began ramping up his criticism of the president's policies. Musk took issue with Biden's approach to immigration, arguing that the administration's policies were contributing to a rise in illegal immigration. He suggested that Biden's strategy was to allow as many undocumented immigrants into the country as possible and then legalize them to create a permanent majority for the Democratic Party. This claim reflects Musk's growing alignment with right-wing views, which is a stark contrast to his earlier political stance. Musk's criticism of Biden has not been limited to immigration. He has also expressed disappointment with the administration's handling of healthcare and economic policies. Musk believes that Biden's policies are driven by a far-left agenda that does not align with the interests of most Americans. This view has led him to publicly state that he cannot see himself voting for Biden in the upcoming election, which is a significant departure from his previous support for Democratic candidates. Musk's political evolution is also evident in his interactions with other political figures. While he has been critical of Biden, he has shown support for former President Donald Trump, the presumptive Republican nominee for the 2024 election. Musk has defended Trump against what he sees as unfair attacks from the media and the legal system. He believes that these attacks only serve to strengthen Trump's position as they reinforce the perception that Trump is being unfairly targeted by the establishment. Musk's defense of Trump underscores his shift towards a more conservative viewpoint, which is a significant change from his earlier, more centrist position. In addition to his criticism of Biden and support for Trump, Musk has also engaged with other right-wing political leaders around the world. He has expressed support for figures like Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, Narendra Modi in India, and Javier Milei in Argentina. Musk's endorsement of these leaders reflects his broader alignment with right-wing populism, which is characterized by a focus on nationalism, economic deregulation, and a skepticism of globalist institutions. This alignment has raised concerns among some observers who worry that Musk's influence as the owner of X could have a significant impact on political discourse, both in the United States and globally. Musk's use of X to promote his political views has drawn comparisons to media moguls like Rupert Murdoch, who have used their media empires to shape political discourse. Like Murdoch, Musk has a clear ideological bent that is reflected in the content that appears on X.
This has led some users to migrate to other social media platforms as they are put off by Musk's political stance. But Musk's influence remains significant, especially given his massive following on X, which numbers in the hundreds of millions. Elon Musk's growing involvement in politics has also led to speculation about his potential influence on the 2024 election. Some analysts believe that Musk's public support for Trump and other right-wing candidates could have an impact on the election, especially given his influence over X. But others argue that Musk's political views are already well known among his followers and that his endorsement is unlikely to sway many voters. Despite this, Musk's role as a political figure is likely to grow in the coming months as the election draws closer. Musk's criticism of Biden has also extended to other areas, such as his handling of the economy and his approach to innovation and technology. Musk has expressed frustration with what he sees as the government's failure to support innovation, particularly in the areas of space exploration and renewable energy. He has argued that the Biden administration is more focused on traditional industries, such as unionized auto manufacturing, than on the cutting-edge technologies that companies like Tesla and SpaceX are developing. This has led Musk to question whether the Democratic Party is truly committed to the future of technology and innovation in the United States. Musk's growing disillusionment with the Democratic Party has been accompanied by a greater willingness to engage with Republicans. He has participated in meetings with Republican donors and political figures, including a dinner with Trump and other conservative leaders in early 2024. During this dinner, Musk discussed strategies to oppose Biden's re-election, which further underscores his shift towards the right. While Musk has not officially endorsed a candidate for the 2024 election, his actions and statements suggest that he is leaning towards supporting Trump or another Republican candidate. Musk's political evolution has been driven by a combination of personal beliefs and business interests. As the head of companies like Tesla and SpaceX, Elon has a vested interest in promoting policies that support innovation and economic growth. But he also has strong views on issues like immigration and government regulation, which have shaped his political stance. Musk's criticism of Biden and support for Trump reflect his belief that the current administration is not doing enough to promote the kind of policies that he believes are necessary for the future of the country. Musk's increasing involvement in politics has raised questions about the role of business leaders in shaping political discourse. As the owner of X, Musk has a platform that allows him to reach millions of people and influence public opinion. But this also raises concerns about the potential for conflicts of interest, especially when Musk's political views align with his business interests. Some critics have argued that Musk's use of X to promote his political views is problematic, as it blurs the line between his role as a business leader and his role as a political figure. Despite these concerns, Musk shows no signs of stepping back from his political activism. He continues to use X to voice his opinions on a wide range of issues, from immigration to economic policy. As the 2024 election approaches, it is likely that Musk's influence on the political landscape will only grow. His criticism of Biden and support for Trump suggests that he is becoming an increasingly important figure in conservative circles, and his ownership of X gives him a unique platform to shape political discourse. Musk's evolving political stance has also led to speculation about his long-term goals. Some observers have suggested that Musk could be positioning himself for a future role in politics, possibly as a candidate for public office. While Musk has not indicated any intention to run for office, his increasing involvement in political discourse suggests that he is interested in playing a larger role in shaping the future of the country. Now, before you leave, don't forget to comment down your thoughts down below. And while you're down there, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well.